This video reviews how you add assignments in Canvas. To start, I've selected the course that I'd like to enter to add my assignment, and I'm going to click on Assignments in my left-hand navigation menu. At the top, I have the choice to add a group or add an assignment. I'm going to start by first adding the groups I'd like for my assignments to fall into. I'm going to call one Major Papers and save. I'm going to rename this group and call it Homework. And then I have an option for quizzes. So here are my three major components of my course. And as I think about it, I want to add one more group, and I'm going to call it Participation. If I decide that I would like to end up weighting my grades, I can weight grades based on the group. So if I go back and edit, I have a choice of making the quizzes a certain percentage of my grade. But for our purposes, we're not going to weight grades. Once we have our assignment group set up, I'm going to click on Add Assignment. It's going to automatically take me to the space where I can add all of the assignment details. So I'm going to create one of my first major paper assignments. We're going to call this Research Paper 1. Here I can provide my instructions to students. I can also link to files I have in my Canvas course. I can link to certain images. And I could also put some kind of video or other prompt by using our public collection space at the top. So if I wanted to link to a YouTube video about research papers, I could search for that here, and eventually it should load, and I could add that video to my instructions. Underneath the instructions space, I can add a total point value for this activity, and I can choose to put it in my major papers assignment group. I can choose how the students will see their display grade, either as percentages, complete or incomplete points, letter grade, GPA scale, or I can simply choose to have a non-graded assignment. For this purpose, I want my students to see points. Next, I want to decide how students are going to turn in their submissions. If I click No Submission, that means that students don't actually have to turn in anything. I can also choose an online option, or I can choose on paper if the students are going to turn this assignment into me in my face-to-face class. If I'm going to use any kind of external tool, like an external publisher resource, that's when I would choose external tool. But for the purposes of this training, we will not go over external tools. So I'm going to click Online Submission, and I'm going to choose to allow my students to have a text box where they can message me, and I'm going to choose to allow them to add file uploads. I'm going to also restrict the file upload types so that they can only add .doc, docx, RTFs, and PDFs. This will prevent me as a non-Mac user from getting a Mac file from a student that I'm unable to open on my computer. If you'd like to utilize the plagiarism checker that Longwood has a relationship with, you can choose to enable Turnitin submissions. There's no need to go to advanced Turnitin settings. The Turnitin checker will automatically check any submissions for plagiarism. At the bottom, you also have options to make an assignment a group assignment. If you check this box, you'll have an option to set up a group. And you'll also have an option to do peer reviews. I highly recommend you choose to do either a group assignment or a peer review and not both. If you require peer reviews, you'll be able to either manually assign them or allow Canvas to assign peer groups to review the paper. The students will be able to access the peer reviews they're assigned at the same space where they go to turn in this assignment. Like other things in Canvas, you'll be able to set a due date and an availability date for the students to be able to click and look at the directions for this assignment. I'll click Update Assignment. I'm able to review it briefly. And if I'm happy with this assignment, I can click Publish to make it available. If I was in the student view, a button would appear here on the right where I'd be able to submit this assignment and access my peer reviews should peer reviews be turned on. If we go back to our assignments link on the left-hand side, you'll now see this research paper 1 is created and listed under this group of assignments. You can also, when adding an assignment, integrate other materials such as Twitter, or you can choose to make it a media file where students have to upload themselves talking or a video of themselves doing something. So you have a lot of options for how students can submit and turn in assignments. That is briefly how you can create assignment groups and assignments in Canvas.